Wake Forest won by 24. The Deacons controlled the boards, 18-12 on the offensive boards. In Chapel Hill, when Carolina won by 14, the rebounding statistically was about even, but Carolina had a 17-11 advantage off the offensive glass.
The horn is sounded, signaling the teams to come onto the floor. Those are the priorities of the game. It ought to be a dandy. The U.S. Postal Service invites you to sit back with us now and listen to the play-by-play story, here to describe it for you and to see who pushes through into the finals tomorrow to play state. It's the voice of the Tar Heels, Woody Durham.
Carolina as the lower-seeded team, attired in blue uniforms, and a familiar starting lineup on the floor for the Tar Heels. Antoine Jamison, Serge Zwicker, Ademola Okulaja up front, Vince Carter and Shammond Williams in the backcourt. Dave Odom, Mick, has tweaked his lineup again. Sean Allen has won his berth back at the small forward. He'll be up front with Ricky Peral and Tim Duncan. The guards, of course, will be Jerry Braswell and Tony Rutland. Wake Forest, ranked number 8 in the country, 23-5. Carolina ranked number 5 in the country at 22-6. The Tar Heels are on a 10-game win streak. Dick Paparo works with Carl Hess and Mike Wood, and the tap is with Duke Etzel, and the tap is controlled by Wake Forest. Wake Forest in white as Tony Rutland brings it front court against Shammond Williams. Rutland starting back to his right, loops a pass to Duncan. Duncan will take the jumper off the glass over the top of Zwicker from about 18 feet away. Tim Duncan showing his versatility, and it's 2-0 Wake Forest in the first 20 seconds of play. Shammond Williams bringing it front court. He'll get it to Jamison. Jamison from 15, and the score is tied at 2. Well, we've got both of the superstars, Antoine Jamison of the Tar Heels and Tim Duncan of the Deacons, getting the first points for their respective teams. 19:25 to play in the ball game in the first half of it. Peral gets it into Duncan, to Rutland, back to Braswell it goes. Braswell trying to penetrate. Bounce pass to Duncan. Up off the glass, and it's good. Duncan has got 4 quick points for Wake Forest, and it's 4-2 in favor of the Deacons. Across the timeline is Shammond Williams working left side. Allen and Rutland are there to double team him. Got it to Jamison, passing over the top of the double team. Now back to Williams near the midcourt area. Williams moving to the right side. Will come back to the top of the foul circle now on the left-handed dribble. Gives it up to Vince Carter. Peral is on him. The lob inside to Jamison. Jamison controlling the ball. Lost it. Ball knocked away. Braswell and Okulaja going after it. And the ball got knocked out of bounds off Carolina. And it will belong to Wake Forest. 4-2 the score. The Deacons have an early 2-point lead in the first minute and 15 seconds of play. Rutland to bring it across the timeline now against Shammond Williams. Dave Odom said yesterday he liked the way his guards attacked the defense yesterday of Florida State. Here's Braswell getting it to Rutland. Bounce pass down to Duncan. Duncan with Joker behind him. Finds Sean Allen, and Allen beats the double team and gets fouled by Antoine Jamison as he scores on the layup. Sean Allen with his first basket. The foul is called on Jamison. It's his the first team foul, and Allen will get a chance to go to the line for a 3-point play as he shoots 67% there.
I think this is Wake's best lineup, and the fact that Sean Allen is in there today, I feel is bad news for the Tar Heels. He was their second leading rebounder last year. He's a muscular senior, and he can shoot the medium-range jump shots that keep the defense from sagging back in on Duncan.
He got his 17th start today out of the 28 games that Wake Forest has played, and Allen gets the 3-point play, and so it's a 7-2 Wake Forest lead. 5-point advantage for the Deacons as Shammond Williams goes front court, driving into the lane, cross-court pass to Vince Carter, faked it to Serge Zwicker. Now comes out front to Shammond Williams. Williams setting up the offense against the Deacons as he works against Rutland, gives it to Jamison. Duncan's come well out on him. Okulaja in the deep right corner to Shammond Williams, fires the 3, no good, and we get a whistle, and a foul inside, I think, has been called on Sean Allen. And you heard his voice, I believe, in the background saying grabbing his shirt. Foul on Allen is the first team foul Wake Forest. Carolina ball out of bounds at the baseline. Jamison to inbounds. Gets it into Okulaja. Braswell is there. Gave it to Williams. Williams right back to Okulaja. Okulaja fires the 3, and it's good. 7-5 the score is Ademola Okulaja. Made 3 of 6 threes in the win yesterday over Virginia. Front court comes Rutland for Wake Forest. Working to the left side, right in front of the Tar Heel bench, keeping his dribble alive. Now to Braswell, top of the circle. Braswell inside to Duncan, right back to Rutland. Jump shot out of the left corner, no good. Rebound pulled down by Okulaja. He'll control it, now gives it to Shammond Williams. Williams going to the top of the foul circle. Now backing up into the midcourt area, then starting to his right to Jamison. They whip it left side to Carter. Down low to Zwicker. The hook over the top of Duncan is good. Serge Wicker with his first field goal, and it's tied at 7. Wake got out to an early 5-point lead, but the Tar Heels have run them down. Rutland working against Williams across the timeline. Left side, gives it to Perall. Perall down low to Duncan. Spins baseline over Zwicker. The jumper, the hook shot rather, will not go in, and it's rebounded by Jamison. He puts it in Williams' hands. Williams front court for the Tar Heels on the drive, and he got fouled well outside. Duke Etzel, I believe, has called it on Tony Rutland. Foul on Rutland will be his first, and that is the second team foul to be whistled against Wake Forest.
Serge Wicker, the thing I remember about Carolina's game against Wake in the Smith Center when the Tar Heels won decisively was, of course, the game by Vince Carter. But Serge was not afraid at all to take it right to Tim Duncan and initiate the play.
Jamison to Carter, right side. Perall on him in the midcourt area. Now to Serge Wicker. The jump shot over the top of Duncan is good.
Like that.
Serge Wicker has scored 4 early points for Carolina, and the shots that were not going in early yesterday against Virginia are going in now for the big blonde from the Netherlands, whose mom and dad are on the front row in the Carolina seating section. Sean Allen gets fouled by Jamison. It's his second, and Sean Allen gets another layup, and he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. So Antoine Jamison in early foul trouble with 2 in the first 3.5 minutes of action.
Got an upset in the Big Ten. Let's get a quick check on it from Morgan Patrick at the Satellite City DirecTV scoreboard. Morgan, what happened?
Mick, number 2, Minnesota falls. Wisconsin wins in Madison 66-65. Wisconsin winning that one. And we go to the Big 12. Kansas 72, Iowa State 48. Paul Pierce with 19.
Sean Allen converts his second 3-point play. It's a 10-9 Wake Forest lead as Williams gets it front court for the Tar Heels. The double team is there. The jump pass to Carter. Now it comes to Jamison. Jamison up for the shot, and it's no good. Fell out the front. Duncan with a rebound, clearing out the lane. Now on his own dribble, he'll give it to Rutland, left side. Over on the right, he whips a pass to Braswell. Back to Duncan. He shoots the 3. Good! Tim Duncan firing his pistol right at the Wake Forest bench as he knocks in his 7th point of the game. 13-9. Now to Jamison, middle of the floor. Here's Carter into the lane. Up for the shot, no good, off the rim, knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Carolina. It apparently went out of bounds off the fallen Sean Allen, who's laying in the lane. And we get a break in the action. Wake Forest on top here early by 4 points in the first 4 minutes of play. You know, for 82 years, the Curtis Packing Company has been for
4 of their 7. Wake's 5 of 7, including a 3 from Tim Duncan. Wake shooting 71%. A lot of excitement around Carolina football this year. If you've never ordered tickets before, the best way to get them is to write Fever Box 3000 Chapel Hill. You'll get sent a ticket application and also information on the Ed Foundation. That's only for people who did not buy season tickets last year or folks currently not members of the Ed Foundation.
Jamison is out of the lineup with those 2 personal fouls, and Ed Cota has come in for the first time with 15:54 left to play in the first half. 13-9 Wake Forest. Carter inbounds to Okelijah. Up the sideline it comes now to Cota. Cota in the middle of the floor now against Rutland. He'll start back to the right, gets an inside pass to Carter for the shot against Ricky Perall. Vince Carter gets his first basket of the game. He scored 21 in the first half at Chapel Hill. Went on to a game-high 26. 13-11 the score. Perall on the right wing will get it now to Braswell down inside to Duncan. He tried to dump it off. Ball knocked away. Loose basketball. Duncan picks it up. Well out, left of the circle, off to Rutland. He bombs a 3 that is no good. Okelijah tapping the rebound and running it down. He'll get it to Williams. Williams across the timeline, left side for the Tar Heels. Now to Serge Wicker out high. Goes to Ed Cota on the right side. Cota looking inside as Dave Odom is screaming at his defenders now. Here's Okelijah going to the baseline all the way through. Off the glass, it's good. Nice. Collided with Perall. No foul on the play. Okelijah with 5 early points, and it's tied at 13.
Okelijah's guarding Perall when Wake's got the ball, but when Carolina has it, Perall's on Vince Carter, a matchup I thought they should have used when Carolina beat him in Chapel Hill.
Rutland gives it to Perall. Now it's out front to Braswell. He fumbled it momentarily, but recovered in the midcourt area. Against Cota, he starts right. Now we'll give it up to Rutland at the wing. Shammond Williams is on him defensively. Rutland trying to use a screen of Sean Allen, but it doesn't materialize. Now to Perall. Goes left side to Braswell. Braswell looks inside for Allen. Here's Braswell with a jump shot from out on the left. No good. It went over the top of the backboard. It'll be out of bounds and belong to Carolina. Wake has gotten out to 5 and 4 point leads here early on, but each time Carolina has battled back to tie. Now the Tar Heels have a chance to grab the lead. 14:25 left to play in the first half. Dave Odom pacing in front of the Deacon bench, getting ready to put Joseph Hamanette into the lineup. Cota, top of the circle, kicked the ball, lost it on the turnover. Picked up by Braswell. It's off to Rutland. Rutland will come front court. Duncan stations himself down low on the right. They got it to him, and he lost the ball out of bounds, and it belongs to Carolina. So turnovers by each side. Amonette is in, and Braswell is out for Wake Forest. Jamison is coming back for Carolina, and Carter will get a breather.
When we talked to Al Wood, Woody, in the pregame show prior to Game 1 today, State's win over Maryland, he had some really glowing things to say about Ed Cota. He really likes this young Tar Heel point guard.
On the high left-handed dribble, Cota gets it across the timeline left side. Uplifted right hand indicates the offense. Okulaja, Jamison left side. Now to Cota. They swing it right side to Williams. Here's Williams trying to get free from Amonette. Out to Okulaja. He drives right by Perall, runs into Amonette, feeds a pass back out that's intercepted by Rutland. Here comes Wake Forest front court. Cota trying to get back off to Duncan for the driving dunk. He's fouled. Going down the lane by Cota. Foul on Ed Cota is his first. The bucket by Duncan is his 9th point already in this game in the first 6.5 minutes of play. And he'll get a chance for the three-point play.
A nice feed to him by Tony Rutland coming down court on the right-hand dribble. Just gave it to Duncan, lumbering right down the lane. And Duncan 6'10" with a reaching height of almost 9.5 feet, but he can elevate a little bit as well.
This is the 20th time these teams have met in ACC tournament competition. Carolina is ahead 12-7 in the series and has won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams. 10 points already for Tim Duncan, who has 26 double-doubles to his credit this year in 28 games. 16-13 the score. Looks like Wake Forest setting up in a zone defensively as Cota gets it across the timeline left side. Amonette and Braswell across the front. Goolsby's come in the lineup. Duncan and Perall across the back. Jamison tried to bounce it to Zwicker at the baseline. It got knocked away out of bounds. It'll still be Carolina ball. Carter is coming back for Carolina. Let's see who he replaces. It will be Ademola Okulaja, who gets his first breather after 6.5 minutes. Jamison will inbound off the baseline. Looking, finally pushes it into Cota. Right back to Jamison. Jamison against Duncan, tried to put up the shot. The shot was blocked, but Carter recovered underneath and sticks it in. He hits the deck rather hard after he put that shot up for his second field goal. 16-15, Wake Forest leads by 1. Braswell in the midcourt area. Rutland's on the Wake Forest bench at the moment, watching play from afar. Here's Braswell driving down left of the lane, back out to Goolsby. Goolsby will give it to Amonette. Amonette looking inside to Duncan, gets it on the bounce pass. They double down on him. Now he backs Zwicker in, turns off the glass. It won't stay in. Carter with a rebound as it came out the front. Cota across the timeline, whoops a pass to Williams in the left corner, shoots for 3, got it. Carolina leads 18-16 on Shammond Williams, first 3 of the game. 12:45 to play first half. Braswell walks it across the timeline. Whips it now to Goolsby at the right wing. He's looking for Perall. Carter fighting to get in front of him. Amonette, they swing it left side. Down low to Duncan on the left. Spins on Zwicker and scores. Tim Duncan now with 12, and it's 18-18. Cota will get it front court for the Tar Heels. High dribble to the wing. Now gets it to Jamison. Moves on Duncan. A reverse layup. No, well, back outside maybe to Williams. He gives it to Zwicker. Shot over Duncan is good. Serge Zwicker has got 6 points. For a moment there, I thought Jamison was trying to scoop it up when he simply passed it back outside. It's 20-18 Carolina. 12 minutes to play first half.
Woody Duncan may get 50 points in this game. Wake's getting it to him every possession.
Amonette inside to Duncan. Moving. Lays it up, and a block is called on Carter. Foul on Carter is his first, and that will be the 3rd team foul called on Carolina. Check it, the 4th team foul, 2 of which have been on Antoine Jamison. Amonette is going out. Rutland is back in. Zwicker will sit down. Maktar Jai comes in. And Ademola Okulaja has returned to the lineup as well. He replaces Shammond Williams. Duncan at the free throw line for Wake Forest. He is 4th in points at Wake Forest, 2nd in rebounding. I'm talking about career stats now. 1st in block shots and 8th in career assists. League's leading scorer at 20.4 and the nation's leading rebounder at 14.5. And the free throw is flat but good.
He just got a look about him today. He's looking to shoot when he gets the ball in the pivot, whereas last night and in recent Wake games he seems to be more thinking pass first than shoot.
He's got another free throw coming, and this one is no good. Rebounded by Jai. The former Deacon took it away from Stephen Goolsby. 20-19, Carolina leading by 1. Cota Looking inside, can't get it to Jamison, goes to Jai, now to Carter on the right wing. Jai sets a screen for him, and Carter takes a shot that's no good. Okalaja with a rebound, and he tried to force it up. It wouldn't go, and he got fouled on the play by Jerry Braswell. Braswell charged with his first. That's the third team foul that he called against Carolina, or against Wake Forest. And Okalaja will be at the line, where he is only a 53% shooter.
Subtle headiness there by Ademola Okulaja. He was losing his balance in the lane, left side of the basket. Felt contact, heard the whistle, so just shoved up a shot so that he'd get 2 shots.
Free throw no good by Okalaja. He'll have another one coming. His brother Atacola is also in school at Carolina in the business school. Their mother, of course, their father deceased, a Nigerian father. Their mother, Charlotte, who is a German, is an engineer in Germany. Okalaja makes the next free throw. He's got 6. Peral is coming back in. Zwicker is also reporting, but we're going to get a break in the action. So with just over 11 and a half minutes to go.
941-6200. The Marriott RTP. When you're comfortable, you can do anything.
Key to this so far for the Heels has been shot selection and rebounding. Carolina's taken good shots and gotten the rebound when they've missed. The Tar Heels have 7 bounds to just 1 for the Demon Deacons. Of course, Wake is shooting well also, as both offenses have got what they want against both defenses. I don't think that will continue, but right now the offenses are hot. Carolina 9 of 14, Wake 7 of 12, Woody.
Interesting, Mick, that only 2 players have scored for Wake Forest. Duncan with 13 and Sean Allen with 6. Peral left side, and we're at the 11:25 mark. Braswell now right, high post to Duncan. Duncan turns, looks inside, fakes, puts it to the floor, drives left side, dumped it off, and an offensive foul is called on Duncan for charging into Jamison, and Dean Smith jumps up off the bench and says, "Glory, hallelujah." That is the second turnover by Wake Forest and the 4th team foul, and the first personal on Tim Duncan. 11:20 to play in the half. Williams gets it to Jamison. Back it goes to Okalaja on the right side. He's on Braswell. Gets it to Zwicker. Zwicker looking, drops it off to Williams. Williams trying to spot up for the 3. Here it is, and it's good. That makes it 24-19. The second three-pointer by Shammond Williams, who had 13 in the win at Chapel Hill. Duncan, top of the circle, gives it back to Rutland at the left wing, right in front of the Tar Heel bench. Now it's out front to Braswell. Carter fighting out to get on him. Peral, Okalaja's got him to Sean Allen. He looks at Antoine Jamison. Bounce pass to Peral. Peral trying to get in the lane. The jump pass to Braswell. He had to make a jump catch to Duncan, hooking it over Zwicker. No good. Zwicker's got the rebound. It was off the front of the rim. Out to Shammond Williams. Williams coming front court. Moving to the right side. Keeping his dribble alive. Pushes it to Zwicker. The jumper over Duncan is no good. Right from the top of the foul circle. 24-19. Rutland coming down the left side. He'll take the 3 from there, and it's no good. And Shammond Williams has got the rebound in the corner. Trying to get by Zwicker. He ran right into him and lost the ball to Rutland. Here's Rutland's 3, and it's good. Well, he misses one. Carolina turns the ball over, and then Rutland drains a 3. 24-22.
So I don't guess Zwicker gets a steal for knocking the ball away from Shammond.
I guess not. Williams down the right sideline to Okalaja. Back out front to Jamison, right side. Top of the circle now to Carter. They give it to Williams. Jamison cutting through against Sean Allen. Here's Okalaja from the top of the circle. No good. Jamison with a tap up, and Duncan took it away from him when it came back off the rim. Rutland front court for the Deacons down the right sideline. 24-22 to Duncan. He's taken one from the top of the circle. Had a notion, but gives instead to Peral on the left. Now to Rutland in the middle of the floor. In the corner to Peral. Peral will come up the sideline. Whips a cross-court pass to Braswell. Weak side. Down low to Duncan. Duncan bounces it to the floor against Zwicker. Off. Balance shot. No good. Rebounded by Jamison. Gets it to Williams. Long pass to Carter, and he throws it away. Shammond Williams tried to make it happen too quickly. And he knows not to look at the bench, and he doesn't. 24-22. Be Wake Forest ball in the backcourt. Ed Cota's getting back in the lineup. He's going to come for Ademola Okalaja.
So Vince will move to the 3, Shammond to the 2. Carolina will go a little smaller here.
Rutland is walking at front court after Duncan inbounded the ball to him. Duncan also walking front court to take his position. Duncan sets up just right of the foul circle. Rutland working to the left, looking inside. Now Duncan comes out high, gets the pass. They play well off of him. Zwicker's back inside the foul line. Now to Peral. Peral pushes it to Braswell. 24-22. Carolina leading by 2. Here's Braswell trying to drive into the lane. Feeds Rutland, rather. He fires another 3 that's no good. And Zwicker had the rebound, lost it momentarily to Perrault, but recovered. Cota down the right sideline to Shammond Williams. Penetrating, jump shot, 15, good. 26-22. Shammond Williams with 8. 8:35 to play. Jamison has flashed the tired signal to the Carolina bench, and Ademola Okulaja will report to the table to replace him. Gillespie's waiting to get in for Wake Forest. Rutland, right side against Shammond Williams. Braswell wants the ball and gets it. Cota's on him. Now Perrault comes out high. They lob it, intercepted by Jamison. They tried to go to Duncan. Here's Cota coming front court. He'll take it right to the top of the circle. Jump pass over to Shammond Williams. He has Rutland on him. He'll come back out front to Cota, and the Tar Heels will reset. 8:10 to play in the half. 26-22. Carolina leading by 4. Jamison looking to Williams. Can't get it to him. Will drop it to Carter. Left side. Cota trying to cut through back door. They couldn't get him the ball, but Williams is handling it on the left side. Cota's back out front. Williams will push the ball to him in the middle of the floor. Near the center jump circle. Shot clock is down to 5 seconds. Here goes Cota starting to move. Cota down the left side. Bounces to Zwicker. Jump hook over Duncan is no good. Shot buzzer going off, but the shot had touched the rim. Rebounded by Perrault. Off it goes to Rutland. Rutland down the right side to Duncan, the trailer. Now to Perrault on the left. Perrault looking inside, dribbling out in the midcourt area. Gives it to Braswell. Cota's all over him. Got it to Duncan. Shots up. Good, and he gets fouled. Serge Zwicker. Foul on Zwicker's his first. The bucket by Duncan's his 6th field goal.
Antoine got hurt. He got sandwiched into a pick. Duncan ran him into, I believe, Braswell, and Antoine got the wind knocked out of him. And after that, it was just Serge trying to defend 2 inside players.
He's coming out of the lineup. Duncan now with 15 first half points. He's got 15 of the Deacons' 24 points, and he'll be at the foul line trying to improve even on that. Remember, if Carolina can win this game today, it'll be the Hold 'em Heels weekend at Wendy's across North Carolina. You get the Carolina Classic for only 99 cents upon request all day tomorrow at participating Wendy's statewide if the Tar Heels win. Here's Duncan ready on the free throw, and it's good. So Duncan now with 16 first half points. Clock has been stopped, an official timeout here in Greensboro. 7:28 to play first half. The score, Carolina 20.
Morgan Patrick back at the Satellite City DirecTV scoreboard. At the half from the Pyramid in Memphis, South Carolina 37, Georgia 35. Ray Harrison 11 points for the Bulldogs. This scoreboard update brought to you by Satellite City and DirecTV. See over 1,800 college and pro basketball games with DirecTV. For details, call Satellite City at 1-800-662-CITY.
Angie Wiggins of Kenley, North Carolina is our Subway winner, winning a Carolina fan pack and a $30 Subway coupon. You can win too. Check out the Subway counter displays for entry forms and details.
Tar Heels will have the ball at the baseline. Carter will make the inbounds play on the bounce pass to Cota. Cota motions everybody front court, cradles the ball on his left hip, now puts it to the floor against Rutland. Cota will come front court on the left side against the veteran Deacon guard. Now the rookie moving to his right side toward the wing. Comes back toward the middle of the floor, across the top of the foul circle, breaks his dribble now. Goes to Ademola Okulaja. They're looking for Zwicker. They give it instead to Williams in the right corner against Gillespie. Williams getting free, hanging in the air, dumped it to Zwicker. The fall away is no good off the front of the rim. Cota's got the rebound in traffic, puts it up with the left hand, no good. They battle for it. Zwicker's got the rebound, took it away from Lauren Woods. Here's Cota for 3, no good. Carter running it down against Perrault. He gives it to Williams, now to Cota, and Carolina resets, and Carter gets called for the foul inside off the ball. Foul on Vince Carter will be his 2nd. And that is the 5th turnover by Carolina in the first half. 26-25. Carolina continuing to lead by 1. Duncan inbounding the ball to Rutland and Dave Odom. The 8th-year head coach of the Deacons taking a moment to say something to his All-America center as Carolina shows the point zone to the Deacons for the first time. Rutland to Perrault. Now Perrault goes back cross court to Rutland. High post to Duncan. The jump shot from 15 feet is no good. They stand and watch the rebound bounce, but it went right to Zwicker. Williams down the left side for the Tar Heels. He'll give it up to Cota. Cota will set up the Carolina offense now. Okulaja and Woods ran right into Serge Zwicker. A pick down at the low post. Here's Cota giving it up to Carter. Carter comes right back to Williams with it. They're really watching Carter today after he went off on them in Chapel Hill. Pass back to Carter. Carter against Perrault, spinning away off the glass, too strong. Rebounded by Duncan inside. For Duncan, that's his 4th rebound to go with his 16 points. Now to Duncan, to Perall, right side. 26-25, less than 6 minutes to play. And a whistle and a foul has been called on Stephen Goolsby of Wake Forest. As Duncan and Zwicker were really battling out at the high post. When the whistle sounded, I thought it might be on either Duncan or Zwicker, and instead it was called on Goolsby, and it's his first and the 5th team foul.
We should hand out flak jackets at halftime. The screening action is sort of rugged out there, as Goolsby was trying to set a pick on Serge Zwicker for Tim Duncan.
Jamison will have to come backcourt to inbound the basketball, as everybody had run off and left Ed Cota. 26-25, Carolina, 5:50 to play first half. Cota right side to Williams in the deep right corner. He'll come back up the sideline to Jamison, now to Okulaja. Okulaja holding it high, gives it up to Cota. Cota looking for Jamison. Duncan behind him, can't get him the ball. Here's Williams for 3. No good. They crash the boards, and Goolsby's got the rebound for Wake Forest. Tar Heels are in a bit of a drought here, Mick. Rutland bringing it down the right sideline to Duncan, now going to Perall. Perall has Okulaja on him. They're looking for Duncan inside. Perall puts it to the floor, now gives it up to Goolsby. Goolsby looking for Sean Allen. Allen right of the lane. Faking Zwicker, now going to try to drive around him. Zwicker recovered, blocked from behind Okulaja. Jamison with a rebound, and the foul is called on Sean Allen for reaching in on Jamison. Foul on Allen is his second, and that is the 6th team foul to be called on Wake Forest in the first half. Jai is coming in, and Zwicker, whose blue jersey is just drenched with sweat, sits down on the Tar Heel bench.
Been 3.5 minutes since Carolina's last points. A nice block shot there from behind Sean Allen by Ademola Okulaja.
And they're managing to hold on to the lead. The Tar Heels are. Cota right side. Now comes to Jamison. To Okulaja on the left. The high lob to Jai. Jai against his old teammate Duncan. Tried to bounce it to Okulaja. Loose basketball. They go to the floor to try to tie up. And a whistle. And now we get a technical foul called on somebody. It's on Okulaja. Technical foul whistled on Okulaja for using an elbow. And so Wake Forest will get 2 shots and the ball. And the foul will count against Okulaja. His first and the 5th team foul called against Carolina.
Now Coach Smith trying to get an interpretation of exactly what Okulaja did.
Yeah, he gestured to the officials. He says, "Tell me, what did he do?" And so Carl Hess is going over to tell Coach Smith, and they're having a very animated conversation.
Wake Forest has missed 1 of their last 6 shots. Carolina missed 6 shots in a row and 8 of their last 9. Both teams playing good defense, but both teams have also missed some looks they'd ordinarily bang in.
Dick Paparo is telling Shammond Williams that it will be 2 shots. 2 shots on the technical foul and then possession of the ball, and Rutland will shoot the 2 technicals. Rutland ready on the first, and it's good. Score tied 26. He's shooting right into that south end zone where all of the Deacon fans are situated. Rutland with his 4th point of the game. He'll have another shot, and this one is no good. So now Wake Forest will get the ball out of bounds with the score tied. 5 minutes remaining to be played in the first half. Perall will inbound the ball for Wake Forest. Carl Hess will hand it to him. Hess working with Duke Etzel and Dick Paparo. Perall holding it high, goes backcourt to Rutland. Williams was right there with him. Rutland getting it across the timeline now for Wake Forest. Down the left side he starts. Now he'll pick up his dribble. Goes to Duncan. Duncan over Maxtar Jai. Faking. Goes it deep in the right corner to Perall. Back to Rutland. Open for the 3. Yes. 29-26. Tony Rutland with his second 3 of the game. He's got 7. Williams down the right side for the Tar Heels. Picks up his dribble now to Jamison at the top of the circle against Allen. Back it goes to Williams. Down low to Jai. Jai backing in on Duncan. Faking up for the shot block. Jai recovered. Hooked it up. No good. Jamison's got the rebound. The stick back. No basket. And the foul is on Sean Allen. Allen has been whistled for his 3rd, and that will be the 7th team foul against Wake Forest in the first half.
So we'll have free throws, a shot we would have anyway because Antoine was fouled in the act of shooting. Follow the NCAA tournament, getting up to the minute score, stats, and quotes. Or what did I just say? Score, stats, and coaches' quotes. You can abbreviate that as quotes after every game at GoHeels.com on the World Wide Web, the internet site that knows the score.
As Jamison is going to the foul line, Coach Smith has been leaning over veteran assistant Bill Guthridge and conversing with Ademola Okulaja, who got whistled for that technical a moment ago. Here's the free throw by Jamison, and it's no good. The Tar Heel scoring drought continues. Jamison 0 for 1 at the floor. He has only one basket for Carolina in 4 attempts. 29-26. Wake Forest. Next free throw is perfect. 29-27. Jamison now with 3. 4:25 to play in the half. Williams waiting on Rutland at the 10-second stripe. Moving front court. Gives it to Duncan. Jai is on him. Duncan will give it to the cutting Braswell. Cota's got him. Whips it back to Rutland. Rutland trying to lose Williams. Drives baseline. Cut off their double team. Intercepted by Cota. Lost as he tried to get away from Perall. Picked up by Braswell. Coach Smith screaming at Duke Etzel to call something, and Etzel explaining to Coach Smith why he didn't call something. Rutland for a 3, and it's good.
Rutland starting to heat up.
32-27. Rutland now with 10 points on 3 threes in the first half. 32-27. Carolina trailing by 5. Williams to Jai. Jai against Duncan. Up for the shot, and it's good. 32-29. Maktar Jai breaks the drought. 3:35 to play first half. The officials are separating Jamison and Duncan. Jamison's wondering what was going on. Now they both come front court to set up. Coach Smith is hollering out to Antoine to ask him what the trouble was. Antoine's trying to explain it as he tries to play defense. Duncan down low on the right. Looking, will throw it out front. Almost intercepted Williams to Braswell out of the deep left corner. No good. Fell out the front. Rebounded Carter. Hands it off to Cota. Here come the Tar Heels front court. Cota will take it right to the top of the foul circle. Penetrating 10-foot jump shot is good. He got the bounce off the front of the rim. Ed Cota with his first field goal and a technical foul called on Jai for throwing an elbow. So Okalaja has been whistled for a technical for throwing an elbow, and now Maktar Jai has been whistled for a technical as well.
So he kind of grabbed a Perall by the, kind of got him around the throat and pushed him down. Can't disagree with the call there.
Rutland will be at the free throw line, and Shammond Williams has moved out to talk to referee Dick Paparo about the call. Now Dean Smith is talking to Maktar Jai about what happened on the play. Free throw is no good by Rutland. He'll have another one coming. Second situation he shot technical fouls for Wake. It's 32-31 with 2:59 remaining to be played in the first half. Free throw is good. So now Wake Forest gets possession of the ball, and that's 11 points for Rutland. But right now we're going to get a break in the action, so there's timeout on the floor. 2:59 remaining to be played in the ball game with the score. Wake Forest 33, Carolina 31.
With all the motor oils out there, you need an expert to explain what to buy. So I'll tell you, Haviland Formula.
Technical foul on Maktar Jai, the second technical on the Tar Heels already. It's a shame, marring an otherwise pretty good basketball game. I didn't see what Okalaja did to get the technical called on him. The one on Maktar looked pretty obvious as he slung Ricardo Perall down, and you can't do that. But the Tar Heels have hit their last 2 shots after missing 10 of 11. Carolina shooting 13 of 28, 46%. Wake 11 of 23, 48%. But the Deeks are 4 of 9 from 3, 44%, and 7 of 10 from the line. Now look at the numbers brought to you by the CPAs of North Carolina. They have high ethical standards, ongoing professional education, and state regulation. Is your account in the CPA?
Rutland's going to inbound the ball to Duncan. Wake Forest trying to do what no team has done since Carolina in 1969, win 3 consecutive ACC tournaments. Of course, the Tar Heels won the regular season in addition to the tournament in those 3 years, and all those 3 teams advanced to the Final Four. Braswell will give it to Duncan, top of the foul circle, comes to Goolsby on the right. The jump shot over Carter, no good. Rebounded by Shammond Williams. Williams coming front court. Rutland is coming front court right behind him. Williams pops the 3. No good. They battle for the rebound. Peral's got it. 33-31. Wake Forest by 2 with 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Rutland looping it inside to Duncan. Duncan in the corner to Goolsby. Back to Rutland. Rutland bounces it back to Duncan. Faking Zwicker. Turning to the lane. Hooks it up, and it's good. 18 points for Tim Duncan on 7 field goals, including a 3. 35-31. Cota across the timeline, left side. Working against Rutland. He'll give it to Carter at the top of the circle. Shammond Williams against Braswell. Now Shammond Williams coming top of the circle. Works to the left. Dumps it down to Zwicker. The fall-away shot off the baseline is no good. Duncan's got the rebound. 35-31. Rutland front court, and he'll take a 20-second timeout. Wake Forest calling the 20-second timeout. Stops the clock with 1:49 to play in the first half, and the Deacons are holding a 4-point lead.
If Granville wasn't a good place to live, the basketball players, so many of them wouldn't live there. Granville has a dining room, fitness centers, and a convenient 24-hour computer lab. Your choice of 4 different meal plans, plenty of parking, air conditioning, maid service. Simply ask any Granville alum, including yours truly, and we'll all tell you Granville's the place to be at UNC.
1:49 remaining to be played in the first half. Who's coming at halftime, Mick?
Well, we got a cavalcade of stars. Either Elgin Baylor or Ernie Grunfeld will be with us at halftime.
In other words, you haven't decided yet.
Correct.
Wake Forest gets the ball inbounds. Deacons lead by 4. Rutland, second leading scorer for Wake Forest, behind Tim Duncan's performance here in the first half, which has been just sensational. Perrault into the lane, driving, lays it up, no good. Zwicker and Duncan battling for the rebound. They're going to call Duncan for the foul. Duncan applauding the call, and so is the veteran Tar Heel head coach, and that's number 2 on the Wake Forest senior. And I believe that will also be the 8th team foul called against Wake Forest, so Carolina goes to the line. It'll be Zwicker shooting free throws. Tell them what you think about the game later tonight in the GoHeels.com guest book, and see what other Tar Heel fans nationwide are saying about their team. GoHeels.com on the World Wide Web, the site that knows the score. Zwicker's free throw is good. That's his 7th point of the game. He's been awfully quiet for a good while. He had 3 early field goals. He is now 3 of 7 from the field. 1 of 1 at the line. He'll get another one and a chance to pull Carolina within 2, and he does at 35-33. Zwicker with 8 points. Shammond Williams has 8. They lead the Carolina scoring in the first half. Jameson's been on the bench a good while. If you haven't heard us call his name, that's because of those 2 personal fouls. Braswell, Rutland, Carolina's in the point zone. Perrault out high, now to Braswell. He shoots over the zone, no good. Shammond Williams had a hand on it, lost it, recovered it, now gets it to Zwicker. Now Zwicker needs some help. Cota comes into the backcourt to help him. Cota will get it front court. The angle dribble will send him right side. Okalaja's back in the lineup. He drifts into the right corner. Cota comes across the top of the lane, drives in the lane, puts up the jump shot, and it's good. Score tied at 35. Boy, you just cannot let him penetrate and leave him alone. Rutland walking at front court now with 45 seconds left in the first half. There's about an 18-second differential in the shot clock. Rutland gives it to Braswell against Carter. Moving back out front. Braswell the high lob to Rutland in the corner. Back to Goolsby. Goolsby inside the arc with a jump shot. It's no good. Okalaja with a rebound. Shot clock is off as Cota will come front court for the Tar Heels. Will try to take the lead into the dressing room. Coach Smith with the call. Now Cota backing up outside. They're waiting on that shot clock to get down inside 10 seconds. And Coach Smith wants a 20-second timeout. Carolina wants to talk about this play. And Coach Smith very quickly says, come here. He knows what he wants to say, and he wants to say it right now.
The time is now for those of you who wish to make a pledge for the campaign to expand and renovate Keenan. Those making a gift of $1,000 or more will have their names forever inscribed in stone on the builder's wall outside the new Frank H. Keenan Football Center. For more about it, call the Ed Foundation at 919-962-2393.
Tar Heels will go back to the attack on offense with 14.6 seconds left in the half. Tied at 35. And I'll tell you what, Mick, I'm going to be very honest with you. I am greatly surprised the score's tied.
You surprised that Carolina's tying Wake or that Wake's tying Carolina?
That Carolina's tying Wake. The way the game has progressed and the way Duncan, of course, has been just terrific here in the first half for the Wake Forest Deacons. Cota, left side. Now moving to the right, back to the middle he goes, stops, takes the jump shot. It's short, rebounded by Duncan. The outlet coming to Rutland with 1 second left. He fires from the backcourt. It's off the top of the backboard, and the teams will go to the dressing room tied at 35.
Partners National Health Plans of North Carolina. With Partners, you can relax. You've made the right choice.
Well, if I had money, I'd tell you what to do. I'd go downtown, buy a Ford truck or two. I'm crazy about a Ford truck.
Looking for the best-built, best-selling trucks in America? Then head on over to the Truck Authority, your Carolina Ford dealer, because that's where you'll find the #1 selling Ford.
Take you with us. Oh. I'm sure you two would just...
Exxon, put a tiger in your tank.
Mellow Buttercup, makers of premium ice cream in Wilson, North Carolina for over 50 years, presents the rules of the game. Shammond Williams is at the free throw line, shooting 1-1. Ricky Price of Duke commits a lane violation, but the first free throw is an air ball. What's the call? Well, this is a double violation, and the violations cancel each other out. Shimon doesn't get another try. Ricky Price doesn't either. The ball belongs to whichever team the possession arrow points to. The rules of the game brought to you by the Mellow Buttercup Premium Ice Cream Company. Ask for Mellow Buttercup at your favorite grocery store. Just got the official stats handed to us at courtside, and they show that the rebounding totals are 24-10. Carolina's got 24 bounds, 8 at the offensive end. Wake Forest does not have an offensive rebound. They have 10 total rebounds. The score is tied 35-35. Turnovers, Carolina 6 and Wake Forest 4. Assists, 7 each. Steals, 3 for Wake Forest, 1 for the Tar Heels. And the most interesting thing, Woody, I thought about the first half was that only 3 Wake Forest players scored points.
Well, I was going to say maybe I shouldn't have been so shocked once I see those rebounding stats, Mick, but the tone of the game in the first half, the 2 technicals against Carolina and the way some other things were going, but that is dominating. That is domination of a very, very good rebounding team. I mean, Wake Forest is the second best rebounding team in the ACC. Carolina's the best, but that's just unbelievable that it would be 8-0 off the offensive glass.
Yeah, I mean, Carolina's an excellent box-out team, and with Serge Wicker able to guard Tim Duncan and box him out, and Antoine Jamison able to box out either Sean Allen or Ricardo Peral, the Heels are matching up all right.
Carolina's got the ball to start the final 20 minutes of this game between 2 of the nation's top 10 teams. 5th-ranked Carolina, 8th-rated Wake Forest. Shimon Williams bombing for 3, and it's good. No, he was inside the arc. They'll give him only a 2, but he's got 10 points. He's in double figures for a 7th game in a row, and it's 37-35. Carolina with the lead. Braswell to Peral at the top of the circle. Down inside to Duncan. Tap pass to Braswell on the left side. Stolen by Carter. Cross court it goes to Williams. He'll bring it toward the middle, going right by Tim Duncan. Williams giving it up to Okalaja. They're looking for Jamison down low. Goes to Zwicker. He drops it off to Carter. Carter's dribble will take him inside the top of the foul circle. Now to Shimon Williams. He shoots another 3, and it's good. Well, I shouldn't say another 3. A 3. So he's got 5 quick points here in the first 46 seconds of the second half. He's now got 13 for the game, and it's a 40-35 Carolina lead. Bounce pass to Allen. Back it comes to the cutting Braswell, off to Rutland. Rutland on the left side will hand it off to Peral. Peral passes it right back to Rutland inside to Allen. Moving in the lane. Shots up and good by Sean Allen. He's got 8, and still only 3 players have scored Wake's 37 points. Allen had 6 at the half, 18 for Duncan, and 11 for Rutland. Williams top of the circle, moving left. The guards are there to try to double team him. Rutland and Braswell got it to Okalaja. Now to Jamison. Gives it to Carter out front against Peral. Carter bounces it down low to Okalaja, and a hold has been called on Braswell. Good entry pass that time by Vince Carter, and Okalaja thanked him for it. The foul on Braswell is his second, and it's the first team foul, Wake Forest, in the second half.
Tar Heels, when they post up, are doing a nice job, too, of getting their feet spread, their backs arched, a good low, broad base, and calling for the ball.
Carter to inbound the ball. Gets it to Zwicker. The jump shot over Duncan is good. He got the bounce off the back of the rim. Zwicker now with 10 on his 4th field goal, and it's 42-37. Carolina on a 7-2 run here in the first 90 seconds of the second half. Here's Duncan shooting a 3, and it's good. That's his second 3 of the ball game, and he has 21 points. 42-40. Wake Forest back within 2. Williams into the right corner. About to get double teamed. We got a whistle, and Dick Paparo says he stepped out of bounds, trying to go down in the corner. Coach Smith just slumping back in his seat, crossing his arms, crossing his legs, folding his arms, and that means he wasn't too happy with that turnover that time. But he told him to get back on defense quickly, the Tar Heels. Braswell to Duncan, to Peral, left side. Peral pushes it right back to Rutland, goes inside to Duncan against Zwicker, lays it up with the left hand and scores. 42-42, and just like that, Wake Forest has caught the Tar Heels. Williams across the timeline left side. Zwicker coming right side to Okalaja. They're looking for Jamison inside. Okalaja against Braswell to Carter. He pumps the 3. It's no good. Too strong. Williams will run it down. He wants to dribble around Rutland, trying to. Now backs to the wing. He'll push it to Okalaja. Okalaja against Braswell. Wanted to go lob to Carter if they could. Now to Williams. He's left wide open on the right, and he bangs in another 3. Shimon Williams with 4 threes. He's got 16 points, and it's 45-42, and Dave Odom wants somebody to pick him up. I can't believe they let him get that open, considering how it started the second half.
Here's the zone.
Rutland to Braswell. Back to Braswell it comes. The point zone. Here's Rutland. faking to Braswell. They tried to get it inside to Duncan. It was swatted back by Jamison to Rutland. Braswell still trying to get it to Duncan. He'll go back out front to Rutland. Rutland shooting the three over Carter. It is no good. Fell out on the left. Tapped up by Perrault. Perrault with a rebound. Back out front to Braswell. Braswell trying to get by Carter in the lane. Ran right into Zwicker to Rutland. He fires from the left corner. No good. Long rebound. Captured Okalaja. Hands it off to Williams. Here come the Tar Heels on the break. Williams will pull up. Gives it to Jamison. Down the lane. Fingertip roll is good. That's only his second field goal. 47-42. And Wake Forest wants a 20-second timeout after 3.5 minutes of play. And the Tar Heels have got early momentum in the second half.
Well, Tim Duncan, most of the time, is a participant in games, lets the game come to him. In this case, he's dominating the game for Wake Forest, but he's going to need some help. He's going to need some other players to step up in there and score. Carolina's playing about as good as you could play, getting the rebounds they need to get, scoring in transition, and when Shammond Williams is hitting the shots, Wake's got to defend the perimeter.
Mick, as you know, in some of the games this year for Wake Forest, Dave Odom has chided his team, especially after they've lost. He'll look at a stat sheet and say, well, Tim Duncan, 28 points, 16 rebounds, and the rest of them stood and watched him play.
Yeah, Tim Duncan doesn't need people caddying for him. He needs other people out there working right as hard in the trenches as he is.
Duncan inbounds the ball to Rutland. Carolina again with a point zone to Perrault on the left side, 47-42. In the corner it goes to Allen, back to Perrault, out front to Rutland. Rutland looking inside, gives it back to Perrault. The bounce pass to Braswell. Braswell with a jump shot off the left baseline, no good. Allen had the rebound, and we get a whistle and a foul called on Carolina. Duke Etzel coming out from underneath with the call, and it's on Vince Carter, and it will be his third. So Carter becomes the first Tar Heel to get three, and that is the first team foul of the second half, coming with 16-12 to play in the ball game. Inbounded Allen at the wing in front of the Wake Forest bench on the right side to Braswell. He's looking back on the right. Now he'll go left on his dribble. Passes it right back to Rutland. Now to Perrault. Perrault to Rutland. He fires a three. That is no good. Rebound by Jamison. Inside position on Allen. Got it to Shammond Williams. Pushes it quickly front court. Going right to the left side, almost to the corner. Picks up his dribble now. Tried to give it to Carter. And we got a whistle and a foul called on Tony Rutland of Wake Forest. Foul on Rutland will be his second, and that is the second team foul to be called against Wake Forest in the final 20 minutes. And with that, we've got a break in the action coming up as we're just under 16.
South Carolina 50 with 8:50 remaining.
That was a two-point game at halftime. The Exxon academic profile is Molly Gardner. She's one of the captains for Derek Gavin's gymnastics squad, a 3-year Scholastic All-America, 3-time honor roll member. Exxon salutes Molly Gardner and all Carolina students who do well with their academics.
Georgia was the only SEC team to beat Eddie Fogler's Gamecocks during the regular season. There must be something about that matchup. Here's Zwicker, jump shooting from the left, and it's good. He was about 15 feet down the left baseline that time, and he's got 12, and it's 49-42. It's a 7-point Carolina lead, the biggest of the ball game. Rutland working right side, right in front of the Deacon bench where Dave Odom crouched, propped on his right hand, watching his offense. Perrault, left side to Goolsby, trying to find something inside. Jamison is fronting Duncan down low. They give it to Rutland. Now they get it to Duncan. Duncan loses the ball, recovered, and got the dunk. 10th field goal of the game, including 2 3-pointers. That's now 25 for Duncan. 49-44. Zwicker to Okalaja, left side. Okalaja into the top of the foul circle, reverses it. Dakota down low to Zwicker. Zwicker over the top of Duncan, no good. Okalaja's there with a foul, and he got fouled from behind. Allen and Perrault had fallen to the floor. Goolsby didn't have a lot of room to try to get out of the way of him, and he's the guy that gets charged with a foul. It's his second, and it will be the third team foul, and Okalaja will be at the line for the Tar Heels.
Tar Heels hit 5 of their first 6 shots to start this half and continue to just go to the boards at both ends.
Okalaja ready on the first one, and it's good.
Unless the ball comes off the rim or off the glass to a Wake Forest player, Carolina's getting the rebound. If there's any contesting for it at all, the Heels are winning it.
9 points in the first meeting between these two teams, 3 in the second. Okalaja now with 7 points, and he misses the second free throw. It's 50-44. Rutland to the trailing Duncan. Top of the circle, didn't take his third 3 of the game. Gives it up to Perrault. Now they lob it down to Duncan. Duncan spinning on Zwicker, can't get the shot away. Okalaja's there. They double team him. Back it goes to Perrault. Now to Rutland. He fakes a pass. Now he'll give it to Goolsby. He launches a 3 from the right side. No good, and Allen went right over Okalaja's back. And Dave Odom is beside himself. Sean Allen charged with his 4th personal foul, and that's the 4th team foul on Wake Forest in the second half.
Since Wake doesn't run much, they're set play oriented offensively, and there's a theory that the second half of the season they get X's and O's to death as teams start charting their sets and taking them out of their set stuff.
Ed Cota going right, now on the left against the dribble against Rutland. He'll come right side to Shammond Williams. Williams against Goolsby will shoot the 3 over the top of him. No good. Duncan inside position on Zwicker for the rebound. The outlet going to Rutland. Down the right sideline he goes. Now into the lane. Gives it right back to Duncan. Duncan against Zwicker. Puts up the shot. No good, but the tap in by Duncan is good. The Carolina folks are irate. They thought that Duncan went over Zwicker to get that tap follow for his 11th field goal of the game. 50-46. Cota, left side, to Okalaja, to Jamison. Baseline, he's fouled on the play, and who's it on? Peral, I believe. Duncan is screaming at Peral as a result of that foul. And it's number 1 on the Spaniard, and it will be the 5th team foul on Wake Forest.
Wake's got 5 straight three-point misses, and Duncan had earlier said to Peral after that scrum down here the last time down court, said, please don't foul.
Jamison will be at the foul line for Carolina.
Woody, we've talked about someone needs to help Tim Duncan. Someone needs to step up. The main person I'm talking about is Peral. He's got no points in this game, and he's working on his 4th straight half against Carolina with no points.
Jamison misses the first free throw off the front of the rim. Allen goes out with 13:51 to play. 4 personal fouls. Jamison gets another shot for the Tar Heels, and this one is perfect. 51-46. Jamison now with 6 points in the ball game. Rutland walks it across the timeline. Dave Odom wants play 4. Goolsby left side, back out comes to Rutland. Carolina in the point zone. He reverses it to Duncan, just left of the circle. Now to Goolsby in the deep left corner. Okalaja's on him. Goolsby's looking inside, gives it to Rutland in the midcourt area. Rutland on the left-handed dribble, going left, now back on the right to Braswell. Baseline to Duncan. Duncan one dribble, then the long shot off the glass, no good. Zwicker tying up Peral, and we get a jump ball in alternating possession. We'll give it to Wake Forest. And Dave Odom is calling Tony Rutland to him and saying, what are you doing? Rutland apparently did not execute the play the way Odom says it's designed to be run. Off the baseline, it'll be Goolsby to inbound it for Wake Forest. Gets a high pass. Rutland catches it over his right shoulder in the midcourt area, now sets it up. Carolina back in the zone to Goolsby. Right side, they look for Duncan, can't get it to him. Here's Rutland, top of the circle, back to Peral, the bounce pass to Goolsby, drives baseline, can't get through. Circles back into the corner, now to Peral, to Rutland, to Braswell. Braswell dumps it down low to Duncan, turns, hooks it over Zwicker, good. Duncan with 29 points. He had 31 points, 13 rebounds, and the 1-point win yesterday over Florida State. He is keeping Wake Forest in this thing. Okalaja, right side against Braswell. Jamison on the right. Now to Cota. Cota faking a pass against Rutland, breaks his dribble, wants to give it to Carter, and he's being held by Goolsby. Foul on Goolsby will be his 3rd, and it is the 6th team foul called on Wake Forest. And Carolina will get the ball out of bounds. 12:42 showing on the game clock. 51-48 the score. That's the voice of Dick Paparo. Don't grab nobody, he said. Carter to inbound the ball.
I don't think it was an English mate.
Pushes it in to Okalaja. Gets it to Cota. Cota, middle of the floor, working to the right side. Rutland follows him, gives it to Okalaja on the wing. Back out it goes to Jamison. Now to Cota. The alley-oop to Carter for the dunk. He got behind Goolsby. Carter for 6, and it's 53-48. Rutland gets it across the timeline right side. Carter coming out to pick him up in the point zone. Peral reverses it to Rutland. Rutland looking for Duncan. They go to Goolsby. He bombs a 3 that's no good. Peral had the rebound, lost it, and a whistle, and a foul has been called on Okalaja by Carl Hess. Foul on Okalaja is his 2nd, and that'll be the 2nd team foul against Carolina.
Well, Peral is trying for rebounds, and he's got 5, but every time he catches the ball, he quickly passes, and he's not feeding the post either. I mean, he doesn't seem to really want the ball during important possessions and at meaningful times. And he's a capable offensive player, a good 3-point shooter.
53-48, Carolina by 5. Wake with the ball off the baseline. Peral gets it out front to Rutland. Rutland setting up the Wake Forest offense now. Duncan hollering at him to get into something. Rutland moves to Goolsby, gets it right back. Now Rutland will go across the top of the foul circle. Wanted to reverse it to Goolsby. Instead goes left side to Braswell. He'll give it to Rutland. He comes right back to Braswell. Baseline for all. Jamison is there. Here's Braswell against Carter. Now after Rutland. Got it to Goolsby. Shot clock's inside 10 seconds. Hands it off to Duncan deep in the right corner. He may launch it from there. He's watching the shot clock. It's down to 5. He drives into the lane. Takes the shot. No basket of travel called on Duncan. 11:33 remaining to be played, and Dave Odom just shakes his head, points his hand right at Duncan and says, no, don't do that. Timeout on the floor. An official break in the action, and Carolina is still leading by 5 in Greensboro.
I'm just going to say this one more time. Ricardo Peral, 43% career three-point shooter. No points against Carolina when they met in Chapel Hill. No points against Carolina first half of this game. So far, no points, and I believe he's only taken a couple of shots. He's 0 for 2, and he's got to shake himself and get in the game because Tim Duncan needs some help. Carolina's playing awfully well, though. This is not so much Wake playing poorly as it is Carolina playing exceptional basketball, shooting 7 of 10 this half, 70%, rebounding well. Wake shooting 6 of 15, 40%.
Mick, this is one of the top individual performances in the history of ACC tournament play, what Tim Duncan is doing after the 31-13 effort against Florida State yesterday. Well, there have been some great performances over the years in this event, and Duncan is turning in one of them right now. Wake Forest started to trap Cota in the backcourt, but he gets front court on the drive. Got it to Jamison in the lane, forces it up, no good. The tap ball, no good. Duncan's got the rebound, clears it out to Rutland. Rutland coming front court, left of the circle. He'll stop there, wait on his teammates, got it to Braswell. Braswell against Cota, now to Peral, comes to Rutland in the corner to Goolsby on the left side. Back up the sideline to Rutland, up top to Braswell in the corner to Peral. Here's his three, an air ball. Duncan saves it at the end line. Zwicker is right behind him, gives it in the corner to Goolsby. He pumps a three that's no good. Off the front of the rim, Jamison controls it, his outlet pass, intercepted by Rutland. Now Rutland will turn and go right back to the attack for Wake Forest. 10:50 to play. 53-48, Carolina leading. The winner meets State tomorrow for the championship. Rutland for 3, and it's 53-51. Rutland knocking down his 4th 3 of the game, and that is his first bucket of the second half. Now here they come to press Cota. Cota trying to dribble out of it. Goes down the sideline on the left to Williams. Williams against Braswell. Wake Forest trying to turn up the intensity on its defense. Williams moving back out front to Jamison. It comes right side to Carter. Goolsby's got him. Cota in the midcourt area. Cota's high school coach seated on the 3rd row, standing up yelling to his former pupil as he moves right side. Tony Rutland looking right into his midsection. Cota gives it to Carter in the lane, up over the top of Duncan, and it's good. Boy, did he sky when he left the floor in the lane. 55-51, Carolina.
42-inch vertical jump, and he's 6'6".
10 minutes left to play in the ball game. Braswell's controlling on the right side. Gets it down low to Duncan. Carter and Zwicker are both there. Pass intercepted by Cota. Williams calling for it. Cota will take it all the way. Puts it up, and it's good. Somehow Goolsby didn't foul him. Coach Smith thought there was a foul on the play, and he's asking for one right now. 57-51. Duncan, top of the circle. Gets it left side to Rutland. He looks inside to Duncan. Gets it to him. Big guy left of the lane. Gives it back to Rutland. He loses Shaman Williams. Takes the shot. No good. Rebound Jamison. He had Peral boxed out. Long full court pass to Williams. He'll circle back up the sideline. Drops it down low to Carter. Carter spins on Goolsby. Off the baseline. No good. Carter with a rebound, and the foul is on Wake Forest. Foul, I believe, has been called on Ricky Peral, and that's his second. And it's the 7th team foul on Wake Forest, so there will be free throws coming for the Tar Heels with 9:19 to play. Coach Smith getting ready to put Adamola Okalaja back into the lineup.
10 of Wake's 18 shots this half have been three-point attempts.
Do you think that the Carolina defense in this game, like the game last Sunday against Duke, has turned the Deacons into a jump shooting team?
Well,
other than Duncan?
Yeah, I was going to say, they got two things going offensively now. They don't run that much, so they don't have a fast break to speak of. It's either Tim Duncan when he gets the ball into his hands, or it's a three-point attempt.
Carter's free throw is good. Carter now with 9 points. He has 20 double-figure scoring games on the year, including the last 6 in a row. 58-51. He could push the lead to 8 if he makes it, and he does. And he's got 10 points. 59-51 with 9:18 to go. Carolina fans coming to their feet. Deacon fans aren't moving yet. Here's Rutland giving it up to Amonette at the wing. Cota playing well off. Goes to Duncan. He'll give it to Rutland on the left. He goes to Rutland inside to Duncan. He bumps Zwicker, gets it back to Amonette, pumps the three. Good. Joseph Amonette. He's had only one double-figure scoring game all year, and it was the 10 points he scored in Chapel Hill. Wake Forest hanging close with the three. It's 59-54. Cota coming to the right side. Gives it to Carter. Now to Okelijah. Okelijah to Shaman Williams against Amonette. Here's Shaman on the drive to the baseline. We get a whistle, and Amonette fouled on the reach-in. Joseph Amonette whistle for his first 8-team foul against Wake Forest. There have been only 2 called against Carolina.
Give us a call at 1-800-9-HOOPS-9. Let us know your favorite Carolina moment, and we may let you introduce it on a future broadcast called Cellular One's You Make the Call by Cellular One. Better coverage, better service, better value.
Nick, you and I were commenting a moment ago. I think Wake Forest can still win this game with a lot of time left. And I know the Deacon fans believe that, but the look on every Wake Forest fan's face in this building is, what happened to that team in January?
That's exactly the look, and that's sort of the, if you look closely at Dave Odom, he's got that look on his face a lot the last few weeks as well.
Shaman Williams shooting the first of a 1-and-1. First time at the line for the Greenville, South Carolina junior today, and he got the bounce. Shaman Williams with 17 points, his 7th double-figure scoring game in a row. He's been in double figures 24 of 29 games this year. Shaman Williams ready on the next one, and it's good as well. 61-54. Wake Forest brings it front court. Rutland on the right side. Coach Odom calling out the offense for his white-shirted Deacons. Rutland backing into the midcourt area. Carolina's back in the point zone. Now to Amonette on the right wing. Back it comes to Rutland. Rutland moving across the top of the circle to Duncan, who comes well out. Back to Amonette. He'll push it to Rutland. Rutland looking as Duncan slips out to the high post, trying to pick off Cota. Rutland moving to the left. Now to Perral. Perral trying to get by Cota, and Cota knocked the ball away and got called for the foul. Cota whistled for his second. He had Peral's pocket picked and was going the other way until the shrill sound of the whistle. Cota is coming out, and Maktar Jai has gone into the lineup for Carolina. 61-54. Carolina by 7, 8-10 to play. Perral left side. Out front to Rutland. Now to Amonette on the right. To Rutland, to Perral. They're looking for Duncan. Perral puts it to the floor. Pushes it right back to Duncan. Duncan faking Jamison, trying to drive on him. Triple team. Got it to Perral. Knocked away, and the foul is going to be, I think, on Ademola Okelijah, who's acknowledging the whistle with a nod of agreement. That'll be the 4th team foul on Carolina, but Perral will go to the line, where he is a 77% free throw shooter.
2 fouls on Carolina, with Wake having the ball up court and in their half court just one time. And Carolina, if they could, I mean, I looked up just a second ago and there was only 2 team fouls on the heels, and that could be big, because if the game is close in the waning minutes, you like to have some fouls to give.
Perral ready on the free throw. It's good. His first point of the ball game. Mick, he's had 9 double-figure games this year, but only one of them have come since that scoreless game in Chapel Hill against Carolina. 61-55, under 8 minutes to play. Here's Peral's next free throw, and this one is no good. Rebounded by Okelijah along the right baseline. He'll get it to Shaman Williams. Williams gets it front court on the right side. Rutland's got him in the man-to-man defense. He starts to the left, comes back to the right. Looking off the ball now. Here's Williams moving left, gives it up to Shaman Williams, or to Antoine Jamison in the lane. The fall-away shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Allen. He gets it to Rutland's hands. 61-55. 7.5 minutes to play as Rutland works to the wing on the right side. Bounces it down low to Duncan, and Maktar Jai fouled him before the shot. Foul on Jai will be his second, and that is the 5th team foul. But it'll be Wake Forest ball out of bounds at the baseline. Cota and Zwicker are coming back for Carolina. But right now we get a break in the action. Timeout on the floor. 7:27 to play. The score. Carolina 60.
255-4595 for a quote by phone today.
Morgan Patrick back at the Satellite City DirecTV scoreboard. At the half, MEAC Championship. Coppin State 27, North Carolina A&T 25. Bigger story from the SEC. 20 seconds remaining. Georgia 78, South Carolina 63. This scoreboard update brought to you by Satellite City, recently recognized as the top DirecTV satellite dealership in the Southeast. To learn more about DirecTV, call Satellite City at 1-800-662-CITY.
Vince Carter's got 3 fouls for the Heels. Allen's got 4 for Wake Forest. Deacon ball down 6.
Hammond with a jump pass, deflected, picked off by Carter, got it to Cota, gets it off to Shammond Williams for the layup. 63-55. Shammond Williams getting his 7th field goal of the game off the 4th Wake Forest turnover of the second half. Tony Rutland working out front against the point zone. The bounce pass to Burrell. Looked off Allen in the corner. Gives it to Rutland. They go to Hammond at the right wing. Back to Rutland. He'll go inside to Duncan. Duncan feeds Sean Allen. Got underneath Jamison, and he managed to score. Somebody slapped the basketball. I don't know who it was, but Allen has now got 10 points, and it's 63-57. 6:45 to play. Dave Odom wants a terrific defensive effort this time. He thinks his Deacons are capable of making a run here at Carolina. Here's Cota. Tried to bounce to Carter. We get a whistle and a foul off the ball called on Zwicker against Amonette, I believe. And the foul on Zwicker will be his 2nd and the 3rd turnover by Carolina second half.
One more foul, and Wake will shoot 1-1 on common fouls.
Wake Forest getting the basketball, down 6 points, and still with a lot of time left. 6:35 to play. Amonette well out on the right side. Now comes back to Rutland. Rutland working left on the dribble. Now back to Amonette, who's moved toward the middle of the floor. Perall coming to the right wing. Perall looking. Now he'll fire the long 3, and it's way off the mark. Too strong. Rebounded by Carter. Gives it to Cota. Cota coming front court now. Coach Smith up with a signal. Cota saw him as he comes to the right wing, keeping the dribble alive. Jamison's out front. He's handling the ball. Got it to Williams. Williams looking to Zwicker down low. Here's Shammond, top of the circle, trying to drive. Whistle and a foul called on Wake Forest, and I believe it's on Amonette. If so, it'll be number 2 on the Byrdstown, Tennessee sophomore. And it will be the 9th team foul against Wake Forest, and Shammond Williams will go to the strike.
Carolina's becoming a football school as well as a basketball school. An expected top 10 national ranking in the preseason. Stanford, Virginia, Florida State on the home schedule. If you've never ordered tickets before, write to Fever, Box 3000, Chapel Hill. You'll get an application when it's available. Also information on the Ed Foundation. That's for people who did not buy season tickets last year or folks who are not members of the Ed Foundation.
Shammond Williams' free throw is good. Nick, I got a terrific stat for you. If the Carolina men and women's basketball team finish in the top 10, Carolina will become the first school ever to have football, men's and women's basketball ranked in the top 10 for one given year. Williams makes them both. So Shammond Williams puts Carolina in front by 8, 65-57. The Tar Heel fans are on their feet here in Greensboro. Perall in the corner to Rutland, looping it down to Duncan, moving on Zwicker, lays it up and scores. That is his 13th field goal of the game. He has 31 for a second straight game. 65-59 with 5:40 to go. Cota to Jamison. Caught it, tried to go up, puts it up. It won't go. Okalaja with a rebound. They'll reset back to Cota. Shammond Williams says, take it easy. And Coach Smith says, slow it down. Cota taking his time now. Okalaja comes up the right sideline, takes the pass, looking off Williams, gives it to Jamison, goes to Cota. Cota looking for Zwicker, can't get him the ball, and he motions Williams away. Now the lob to Zwicker. Zwicker turns, hooks over Duncan. It's woefully short. Rebounded by Jamison. He scores and gets fouled on the play. Wake Forest foul is called on Sean Allen, and he is through. Allen has just fouled out of the game. He leaves with 10 points, 6 of them coming in the first half, 2 more field goals in the second half. And Jamison will go to the line to try to convert the three-point play.
Ademola Okulaja's offensive rebound made that whole thing happen as he got a missed shot and enabled Carolina to just come up with a whole new possession out of it. And Antoine Jamison, it's like a sharpshooter. Some shooters need the rifle to their eye to look right down the sight to shoot. Some can just throw it right up at their hip and shoot accurately. And Antoine threw that ball in to the basket from his hip off balance.
Sean Allen going out of the game. 2 Wake Forest players are actually coming in, as Amonette will also go out. It is Goolsby and Braswell. Jamison with 8 points. 2 of 4 at the foul line today. Trying to extend the Carolina lead to 9. Carl Hess hands in the ball, and the first team All-ACC selection from Charlotte. Deep knee bend. Eyes the front of the rim, and the shot's perfect. He's got 9, and it's 68-59 with 5:10 to play. Braswell right in the middle of the floor. Gets it over on the left to Goolsby. To Rutland. Down low to Duncan. Duncan trying to fight through the double team. Whistle, and Croft or rather Etzel from outside. Duke Etzel whistling the foul, and it's been called, I believe, on Okulaja. Ademola Okulaja now with 4 personal fouls, and that's the 7th team foul against Wake Forest.
Duncan's scoring has slowed down a little bit because he's got more Tar Heels on him now. He caught the ball at the left low block as Dean Smith wants a 20, and he had 3 Tar Heels right around him. Clock is stopped with 5:02 remaining to be played in the ball game. State has already won its way into tomorrow's championship game. The Wolfpack beating Maryland earlier today, 65-58. And what a Cinderella story Herb Sendek's team has become here in early March. I want to send along a couple of birthday greetings. Happy first birthday to Madeline French McLean, born on Championship Sunday last year. To Tammy and Mickey McLean, congratulations and happy birthday to Maddie. The Hallmark in the Heels birthday greeting goes out to Donna Whitfield of Chapel Hill, celebrating a birthday today. She was registered at Lynn's Hallmark in South Square Mall. You can win too. Register at Lynn's and Daphne's in the Triangle, Wilson and Southern Pines, or at one of the 5 Ann's Hallmarks in Charlotte and Hickory.
We'll check in momentarily with Morgan Patrick. I think Georgia and South Carolina have gone final in the SEC tournament at Memphis. Let's go to Morgan Patrick now at our Satellite City DirecTV scoreboard.
Woody, Georgia 78, South Carolina 63. It's Georgia and Kentucky in the final tomorrow.
Free throw by Duncan is no good. It is rebounded by Zwicker. He is 3 of 5 at the foul line. We talked about him yesterday when he was 13 of 23 at the line, that may be the only fallacy in his game. Jamison on the right. Now Dakota. 4:45 to play. Carolina leading by 9 with the basketball. Carolina fans were standing. Now they start to sit down in sections, almost like a wave going up to the top of the lower concourse. Dakota nearly lost the ball off his dribble. Now it goes to Okulaja, who's got Braswell on him. Back out to Dakota. Shot clock is down to 3. Here's Dakota trying to penetrate. Shoots the 3. Good!
Oh, my God.
Holy smoke! It's Dakota with a shot clock running down. Drains the 3, and it's 71-59. Duncan down the lane. Short jumper is good, and he's got 33. 71-61. His 14th field goal of the ball game. Just over 4 minutes left to play, and the only reason this game is in doubt is because of Tim Duncan. Cota working to the left side against Rutland. Okulaja coming out front to help. Cota indicates the offense now. The uplifted right hand with a clenched fist. Now he starts to go to work as the shot clock runs down. Bounces inside to Jamison. Layup is good against Duncan. Great entry pass by Cota to Jamison for his 11th point, and it's 73-61. Duncan moving inside the top of the circle. Nobody open out to Braswell. He bombs a 3 that's good. 73-64. Jerry Braswell hits his first field goal of the game. 3:25 to play. Cota still in the backcourt. Not yet across the timeline. Now he is. Duncan coming out to help double team. Got it to Carter. Carter yelling out 4. That's the Carolina offensive play. Comes to Okulaja. Okulaja protects against Braswell. Middle of the floor. Looking for some help. Got it to Jamison. To Cota, streaking down the middle, and he's fouled by Rutland. And Cota hits the deck hard. Foul on Rutland is his 3rd. And that will be the 10th team foul against Wake Forest, and Cota will get a couple of shots. Shammond Williams is coming back, and Cota has gone out to the midcourt area to just try to gather himself and maybe, I think, catch a breather.
Carolina's played so well in February and in March. So many outstanding performances. The Duke game was certainly one. The win against Wake, the win against Clemson. But I'm trying to remember a game that I felt like Carolina played better in than this one. This has been an outstanding performance.
Cota's free throw is up and good. He's got 10 points. 11th double-figure scoring game for this young man who has grown up in front of us in the last month. Next free throw is good. It's 75-64. There's a break in the action here in Greensboro. Timeout on the floor. 3:06 remaining to be played. It's Carolina 75, Wake Forest 64.
Heels have done it all this half. They could still lose the game, but you feel pretty good right now. Up 11, 3:06 left to play. Carolina has shot 62% this half, 13 of 21. They've shot 3 of 5 from 3, 60%. Shammond Williams got Carolina started off quickly this half with a couple of big ones, a 2, then a 3. Heels have made 11 of 13 free throws, 85%. They've won the rebounding 35-19 in this game, and they only have 3 turnovers. Wake has hit 6 of their last 8 shots, yet they're losing ground. That is how well these Tar Heels are playing.
Wake Forest will have the basketball, and Duncan will inbound baseline to Rutland. Shaman Williams is waiting on him at the timeline. They're letting the ball roll. Finally, Rutland picks it up, comes into the forecourt. Cota now as Carolina's in the point zone. Goolsby left side. He'll give it back to Rutland. Rutland to Braswell. Braswell lost it out of bounds. Dave Odom just clutches the back of his head and just like scratches his head. He just cannot believe it. Jamison will inbound against heavy Wake Forest pressure. Got it to Carter. He'll hand it off to Williams. Williams will be the guy to try to get it front court now against Braswell, and he does down the right sideline. Off it goes to Carter. Back up the sideline to Cota. Now Cota moving into the midcourt area with 2:45 to play. Carolina leading 75-64. Rutland will try to swipe at the ball. Cota protecting it off the dribble. Now Cota lifts up his right hand to indicate the offense. The shot clock is down to 10 seconds, and now Cota will go to work. Cota backing Rutland in right at the top of the circle. Bounce pass to Zwicker off the baseline. Good! Right over the top of Duncan. Zwicker with 14, 77-64. Duncan top of the circle inside the arc. Gave it up to Goolsby. He launches a 3 that is good. It is 77-67, and Wake Forest is going to take a 20-second timeout. Clock stop, 2:08 to play. The winner here moves into the finals tomorrow against NC State. The Cinderella team that has come out of the first round game and beaten Georgia Tech, Duke, and Maryland to get to the finals. It's the first time a Wolfpack team has been there since '87.
It's one of the best halves I've ever seen a Carolina team play. When the Heels score at the end of the shot clock like that, it just kills the opponent that's trying to come back. Wake has played at a high level, and Wake is a special team, I think. That's what makes this half so good. While you're here in Greensboro, enjoy delicious Beefmaster Frank, the same great hot dog served at the Smith Center and in Keenan. Beefmaster, the steak eater, Frank.
Duncan with 33 points and 10 rebounds. His 33 points have come on 14 of 21 shooting. Cota gets it to Williams. It's a foot race. Duncan is back. But Williams doesn't want to go through. He wants to burn time right now. That's the big objective for the Tar Heels. Braswell out front. Braswell's got his hand right on his hip. Here's Williams breaking the dribble, going to Carter. In the corner to Zwicker. Back up the sideline to Williams. And cross-court pass to Jamison. Into the lane. Lost the ball to Duncan. Plucked out of the air by Goolsby. And here go the Deacons. Down 10 with 1:45 to play. To Braswell, to Perrault. He shoots a 3. That's off the mark. The right rim. Carter's got the rebound for Carolina. Gets it in Williams' hand. 1:35 to go. He puts it in Cota's hand. Back it comes to Williams on the right side. Williams trying to get across the timeline. He has. Well out on the right side. Carolina spreading out 4 corners. Cota motioning a little something to him. Now Cota breaks free. He takes the bounce pass against Rutland. Rutland trying to stop Cota. Cota getting around him. Now Cota, and Rutland fouls him. And that will be number 4 on the Hampton, Virginia senior, or Hampton, Virginia junior. And Cota will go to the line shooting 2 with 1:12 to play. And Nick, boy, people are heading for the exits if they don't pull for the Tar Heels. And there are a lot of Wake Forest fans leaving as well. I see a woman in a Deacon sweater going up the steps. She's on her way out.
Send the executive producer up there to get her and get her back in her seat. Can't have that. I tell you, Woody, I don't understand that strategy there. Wake had opportunities to foul Cota, but let about 15 precious seconds work off the clock before finally committing the obvious foul.
Cota at the free throw line, launches the first one up, and it's perfect. Cota now 3 of 3 at the line. He has 12 points in the game. He scored no points in the first meeting between these two teams, and then scored 8 in Chapel Hill, and he got the roll on the next one. 79-67 with 1:10 to go. Rutland down the right side. He'll bring it by a Perrault pick, takes the 3. It's good. 79-70, and Wake has stopped the clock with a timeout. I'm not sure they've got any more 20s left. They're all standing. Don't have any 20s left. Duke Etzel tells Dave Odom, so it's a full timeout. 1:04 to play. Score.
Necessary, void where prohibited. See official rules at participating McDonald's.
McDonald's managers are always working for you, even while they sleep.
Value, large fries. Hi. Tasty, great deals. Fresh, triple burger with cheese. 2 slices of cheese. A $1.19 manager special. A hot, juicy triple cheeseburger, $1.19. A manager special. Yes, that's it.
I got it!
So you get it. A hot, juicy triple cheeseburger for just $1.19. Wait till you see what we dream up next.
Carolina inbounds the ball coming front court. Carter got it to Cota, and he brings it into the forecourt, setting it up with less than a minute to go. Braswell trying to foul Shammond Williams. Shammond Williams working the sideline. Jump pass down to Zwicker in the corner. Gives it in the middle. Tap pass. Cota to Jamison for the slam dunk. Holy smokes. Jamison with 13. Long outside three. No good. Carter snatches the rebound out of the air. Off to Shammond Williams. Rutland trying to catch up. And Williams gets the dunk. It is 83-70 with 35.8 seconds left. And Carolina's going to play state tomorrow for the championship. Braswell whips it to Rutland, right side. Rutland bombing a three. No good, and they whistled a foul, I think, on Cota. He fouled a three-point shooter. And Coach Smith just want to kick the floor. Rutland will go to the line with 29.7 seconds left, and the foul on Cota is his third.
I still don't understand that strategy by Wake. They had Carolina inbounding with a 9-point lead and didn't foul. Let the Tar Heels complete 4 passes before Antoine Jamison finally dunked the ball.
Let me tell you about a situation, if we have a moment here, in the second half of the 1982 championship game when Carolina beat Virginia 47-45. Carolina held the ball outside, wanting Sampson to come out, and he never did. It got down to the last 3 minutes of the game, and Virginia had about 3 fouls to give to get Carolina in the bonus. It took Terry Holland's Virginia Cavaliers a minute and a half to get those 3 fouls.
By that time, it was too late.
You bet. All 3 foul shots were made by Tony Rutland, who's now 5 of 7 at the line here this afternoon. It's 83-73, a 10-point game. Shammond Williams double team. Carter in the corner. Back out front. It comes from Cota to Williams. Williams in the midcourt area against Braswell. Clock is down to 12, 11, 10, 9. Here comes Farrell on the double team. Shammond Williams, the jump pass to Zwicker. A 3 from out of the corner. Go! 2-1. The game is over. The 3 from the timeline by Braswell, and the Tar Heels have beaten the Demon Deacons 86-73. Earn a berth in the championship game tomorrow afternoon for the 10th time in the last 13 years.
Yo, ref. Yo, ref.